William, ven, ven, ven. William.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some mysterious clips that can't quite be explained. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this. When you head out for a relaxing hike in nature, you may be hoping to spot some local animals along the way. However, if you're like Instagrammer Adam Benini, you might see something that makes you hesitant to return to that area ever again. The Instagrammer, along with a friend, were traveling in Japan when they decided to catch a tram to the top of Mount Hiei. From there, they began to hike down to the bottom. Unfortunately, the pair quickly found themselves lost in the dense forest. As they navigated their way down the mountainside, they came across a dam. Take a look at what they saw inside.
What the f is this thing?
So we stumbled upon the most questionable kind of thing we've seen so far. Let me show you. What is this?
In the first seconds of the footage, we see what appears to be a dark brown or black tentacle extending from the water.
What the f is this thing?
So we stumbled upon...
The camera then pans back, revealing that it's actually attached to a worm-like creature.
Let me show you.
It winds over itself in such a way that makes it difficult to estimate its actual size.
What is this?
As the hikers continued their journey, they also captured several photos, one of which shows a sign with writing scratched out in the direction that they had just come from. Could this have been a warning from a previous visitor to stay away from the dam? If anyone can identify the strange worm-like creature, would love to hear about it in the comments section down below.
The most questionable kind of thing we've seen so far. Let me show you. What is this?
This next photo was shared to our Slapped Ham subreddit by user Nova Knives. It was supposedly taken by their pregnant friend as she attempted to show off her baby bump. However, when she looked at the picture, she was shocked to see an extra hand resting on her belly. The hand almost looks mist-like and has an ethereal quality to it. While one might initially be able to explain this anomaly as double exposure or a trick of the light, note that the woman is actually holding the camera in her left hand. That means that the ghostly hand couldn't belong to her, as you can clearly see her other hand resting on her stomach as well. One viewer noted that they didn't think the ghost wanted to hurt the baby, but rather wanted to say, "Hi, I'm here to protect you." The photo continues to stir up debate online, with some believing it's actually a hoax. Others think that the angle of the hand clearly shows that it belongs to another entity, and not the woman herself. So what do you think's going on in this photo then? Does the hand really belong to a ghost? Or is there another way to explain this eerie presence? Many people believe that there is intelligent life on other planets. Some even think that these beings possess the ability to travel to Earth. Does this next piece of footage show evidence that this could be the case? Take a look and judge for yourself.
William. William, ven, ven, ven. William.
Recorded in 2007, the video was captured by a Costa Rican carpenter named Marvin Badilla. He was at work at the time when a strange buzzing sound suddenly caught his attention. Much to his shock, he saw a saucer-shaped object flying in the air not far from him. He grabbed his camera and immediately began filming.
William. William, ven, ven, ven. William.
According to Badilla, the object was about the size of a large tractor wheel, not large enough to hold a person. However, experts have suggested that it could have been some sort of probe or drone that was piloted remotely. When Badilla turned away briefly to call out his colleague, the saucer flew away. His colleague never saw the object but stated that Badilla was excited about the incident. As the clip was recorded on an old Motorola phone, the footage is low quality. However, this also means that it would have been difficult to manipulate. Luckily, Redditor Disaster Big has shared a slow-motion stabilized version of the video. Here we get a clearer view of the object. It appears to be dark grey in colour, and the outer edge seems to be rotating. Note that this footage was captured back in 2007, well before drones were widely available to consumers. There have been many clips over the years that claim to show spacecraft from other planets. However, many consider this footage to be some of the most compelling. So what do you think? Does this video really show an alien craft? We'll leave that up to you to decide.
William, William. This one.
There's no denying that modern technology can do some pretty impressive things, but can it actually detect ghosts? This video was posted to Reddit by user 011010001100. It shows a car driving through a graveyard in the middle of the night. Everything outside of the car is dark and there's little to illuminate the area except for the vehicle's headlights.
Next exit.
In the footage, we see the view outside of the windshield as well as a screen that shows potential obstacles near the car.
Okay, it's been a few minutes. I'm not spotting anybody so far.
For the first few minutes, the system doesn't show anything unusual. However, the driver suddenly stops when it seems to detect a pedestrian on the road just in front of the car.
What the f***? Y'all f***ing saw that?
The camera holder pans around the dark cemetery, showing that there's clearly no one around.
Other than that, what the f***? It disappeared.
A few seconds pass and the system detects more movement.
Nobody's here.
This time it suggests that there are two more pedestrians a few meters from the vehicle on the left-hand side.
Okay, y'all see that?
Just like before, we can see that there's no one there.
Y'all see that? Nobody's here.
Suddenly, another person appears to begin walking right towards the car.
Oh my god! That's it. I'm getting out of here.
On first viewing, the clip certainly seems unnerving. However, several viewers have pointed out some inconsistencies. The poster claims that the car's using LIDAR, a technology that employs lasers to determine distance. However, several viewers have noted that the car is actually a Tesla and that they don't use this type of technology.
Y'all saw that.
They propose that in this case, the car's cameras are actually mistaking the gravestones as pedestrians due to the low light.
Okay, y'all see that? Nobody's here.
So what do you think? Is it possible for this sort of technology to really sense spirits? Or is it the system simply making an error? Love to know where you land on this in the comments down below.
Oh my god! That's it. I'm getting out of here.
This next piece of mysterious footage was uploaded to Reddit by user I Broke the Box. It shows a bizarre object flying through the air. At the start of the clip, all we can see is a clear blue sky. Everything looks normal in the light of day. However, as the camera zooms in, a strange object suddenly comes into view. As the video continues, the object then appears to change shape and colour. It looks as though it's made of some sort of shiny metal, as it seems to reflect the sun's light. Some who have seen the clip have theorised that it might be a flat circular object that's rotating in the sky. This could explain why at times it looks like a thin line and others a round sphere or cylinder. The object certainly fits the description of many other UFO sightings, yet not all viewers are convinced that this footage shows an alien visitor. Some think it's more likely to be a mylar balloon or even a kite. Unfortunately, without more information, this sighting will have to remain a mystery, at least for the time being. Before we take a look at a sighting of what many are calling a strange cryptid, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and creepy videos. What would you do if you saw a strange, unidentified creature lurking in the bushes? If you're like Redditor Eater Cheddar, you might record a video and post it to the internet for all to see. The clip, which was filmed at night time, focuses on a bush in the distance. Suddenly, its leaves and branches begin to thrash about. If you look closely, you can actually see there appears to be something hiding within the foliage. A few seconds pass, and something runs from the bush. Take a look. Although its appearance is brief, the creature doesn't seem to resemble any known animal. It looks large and hairy and runs on all fours. It moves fast, quickly disappearing from sight. The Redditor who posted the video believes that the creature might be a duende, a mythical creature comparable to a gnome or elf. These creatures are typically known to cause mischief. However, the duende is actually depicted as distinctly humanoid, whereas the creature in this footage looks more like an animal. It's also been suggested that the creature resembles a cryptid known as the Mapinguari. While this beast is also often described as a humanoid, some say that its appearance is more like that of a giant ground sloth. The Mapinguari is said to have long brown hair and large claws. Some accounts even describe the creature as having a single eye and a mouth in its abdomen. While this footage alone is not enough to definitively prove the identity of this creature, there is little denying that it certainly does look strange. So what do you think it could be? Is it really a mythical cryptid, or is there another way to describe its odd appearance? Let your theories rip on this one in the comments down below. Now, if you can't get enough of the old slapped ham, then don't worry, we've got you covered. Check out that creepy video on the top there. Otherwise, we have an enormous paranormal playlist there that'll keep you entertained well into the evening, we promise. Now, remember to leave us a comment down below and hit that thumbs up button. And that's it from me. I'll see you all next time.